Okay, I call the meeting to order at 5:35 on Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Can we have a call, I guess let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Auntie, can we do roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Jorge Santana? Present. Virtual. Armando Lopez? Not here yet.
He's not yet. No.
Yeah. For now. Melissa Amici?
Present.
Mary Providence?
Present.
Gail Edgar Rodriguez? Absent. Alan Holmgren?
Here.
He's here.
Here.
Present.
Barely. Here.
Virtual. We have a quorum.
Okay.
It's a combo.
Great.
Combo.
So, I believe we all received the meeting minutes from our last meeting of December 18th, 2025. What's all that echo?
Oh, I did see that
I'm
from the
trying to turn it off. I'm trying to turn it off.
Definitely don't need to hear myself twice.
There, it should be better now.
Okay, thanks. So, meeting minutes from our last meeting, December 18th, 2025. Has everybody had a chance to review them? If so, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second it.
Mary Providence, second.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye, aye.
All those opposed? Okay, the motion carries and the minutes are approved. Public comments, do we have any public comments or anybody submit anything for this meeting? Okay. Item number 6, communication and announcements. Item A, new requirements for board committees and commissions.
So I'm still collecting the affidavits and I'm just missing 2 members. I sent the fillable ones, but you should have one within your packet. So if you can please fill it out, I'll scan your driver's license and then you should be good to go. Mary, I think you're the only other one that I'm missing, because when the image that was attached, like I wasn't able to open it, but I sent you an email last week that it has like a PDF fillable form, so you can just do it online and just send it back to me, so you don't have to print it out and scan it and do all of that.
Okay, well, I actually have some things here, scanned, so
Okay.
on my desktop here, so I'll do that after our meeting concludes.
Okay, yeah, that and then if you want to submit like the driver's license or if you have a utility bill, what have you, just one of the documents that are listed there, so I can submit it to city secretary.
Okay, so my voter's registration, is that what you said you needed?
It can just be your driver's license if that's easier. If not, then it can be like the voter registration or the utility bill that shows that you reside in Laredo.
Okay.
Didn't I do this with you?
Yes, for
So I don't need to do it.
No. For the December meeting, I already have
Okay. Anything else under item A for communications and announcements?
no.
Okay. Item B, phase 1, December recap, fiscal year 26 annual public art plan and contest submission overview. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Can we just show that Gail's joined the meeting?
So, with December ending, we completed the first phase of the annual plan, which was the contest submissions. And I finally finished going through all the submissions that we had. We had a total of 115 participants, and out of those 115 participants, there's 150 different submissions. So that's
150?
Yes.
150?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the 5 different projects that we're working on?
For the 4 different projects, because we had to exclude the utility cabinet one, due to the TxDOT, updates. So, if I can go through like the specific projects. For the library murals, we had 23 submissions. For the ground hopscotch, we had 39 different, design submissions. For the mini gallery posts, we had 42, and then for the writing, for the sidewalk poetry, we had 46.
Can you repeat the library mural numbers? How many
Yeah.
for sidewalk? I missed that also.
Oh, okay, so, for the library designs, there was 23. The hopscotch was 39.
Mhm.
The artworks for the mini gallery posts was 42. And then for the sidewalk poetry, the writing, we had 46. So we had a total of 150 submissions, but out of those 150, we had 115 participants, whether that be artists or students that submitted things for those different projects. And I've been working on the submissions to go through everything and catalog all the submissions and redact all the names to make sure for the evaluation process that it is, impartial and fair, that we have all of the appropriate things taken out of the submissions, but they still have the information on like the specific projects.
Regarding the electric boxes, and I know we kind of touched on this before, but since we're not using TxDOT boxes, where are we with that? What is the plan to move forward with that project? Because I did see you announce that we would be requesting proposals soon. So what became the resolution there?
So for the way that they have it up with TxDOT, since we're still within Texas, there are certain things that the city still has to abide by. So even though the utility cabinets or traffic control signal cabinets are not owned by TxDOT, they're still in charge of the roadways for safety. I'm gonna be following up with them soon to see any progress that was made, because the last time we reached out to them, they notified us that they were first gonna be focusing on street murals, and then from there, they were gonna be branching out to different intersections and all of the other stuff that, the governor set for the Texas Department of Transportation. So I'm gonna be following up with them, to see what the progress is, and if the traffic control signal cabinets falls under the intersections of the excluded, things that the governor set forth. And for us reopening it, I don't know if you remember from our previous meeting in December that I went over how our annual plan was approved in October. So when we're working with our partnerships and everything, it was like in the middle of the semester. So we have the opportunity that we're still in the process, which is another item that we'll be going over, where we have the RFQs still pending to be opened. So we can still open up submissions for our contests, where we can do another round of contests for these projects.
Okay.
So it would just be the same project, but it would just be a different round. The only one that I would probably hold off on would be the library murals, since we did get a lot of submissions. It might be after this round of evaluations that all of the library murals are already full. But for the other ones, it seems like we'll be able to open up for other, for the rest of the locations that we have.
Do we have a total of these locations on each one?
So if you go back to our annual plan, we did set forth like an estimated, for each location there.
So we basically have more than 39 hopscotch locations, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have more than the 39, and I'm also working to reach out to the districts as well, because I know that some of the students are also like dually enrolled. So some of them might want to participate in the high school and then also the college or the university, contests as well.
Regarding the library murals, what districts are these libraries in? Are they in all districts?
So we have, there's five libraries libraries that we have.
In all district, and which districts?
So we have this District 5, and then we have District 7, District 8, and then I think there's
My phone.
inner city. I need to verify
Yeah, I don't know what the
specifically what the
districts-
districts are, but I know that we have five libraries throughout the city.
Can you hear me? This is Armando Lopez.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Armando.
Okay. Okay, good.
I have a question about something you just said. The governor has designated street murals, or what was it you said about that?
So, the governor set forth that artwork on Texas roadways, certain things are considered distracting. So he has set forth to take down certain things to make sure that roadways are safe for Texas drivers. And since we're living within Texas, even though the utility cabinets that we proposed are city-owned property, Texas still has the right to safety standards, and the city has to abide by said safety standards put forth by the Texas Department of Safety, Texas Department of Traffic, sorry.
Public transportation, no, of traffic.
No.
Yes, the text dot.
Yeah, Texas Department of Transportation.
Okay. But, okay, I'm
So,
just,
so I can send, it's you can go and search through it, because he set it forth and anyone can view what the statement was. But they put forth certain stipulations of standards that cities have to abide by in order to ensure that there's safety, like there's no distractions within Texas roadways. Does that make sense?
But the ones that the city owned, didn't we talk about those being inside parks and stuff like that? I thought that was what you had said when we talked about not using the ones on the streets by TxDOT. I thought you said we would be looking at the ones that the city owns and that those are inside parks. Does that still constitute traffic and roadways?
No, that's not considered the traffic and roadways. I think our last discussion was that they were behind like the fences, the chain link fences, and some of them do not have like flat surfaces where people can actually paint on them. So like if it had like several ridges, it would be a lot harder for an artist to go in there and to actually paint it. So it would be that I would have to go and look through, or possibly ask for volunteers or something to go through all the parks to search for specific boxes, and see if there are ones that we can potentially use for that, and then get all the dimensions for it as well. So that would be the alternative route for that specific project if you're taking it out of the TxDOT, what is it, stipulations that they put forth.
Right, I thought that's what we were gonna work towards, so that we could go ahead and continue with this project, which is a project that I know we've been working on or wanting for the last 2 or 3 years that I've been on this
Yeah.
commission, is one, so it would be nice to see that happen. Okay.
yeah, because when we were taxed with going around to our districts to look for boxes, utility boxes, there were some that I saw in North Laredo that were not on major thoroughfares or anything, and I think there was even one that was set back onto the property where it wasn't really, I don't know. I mean, there were alternate locations, so.
Well, from the ones that I got sent that were like city property, they were at intersections. and
Right, we did
intersections
take,
was-
yeah, we took photos, I remember I took photos of some that were at intersections, but there were others that were not, at intersections at all. there were a few more that I took photos of that were not at all at an intersection or,
I think this information came up after we had done all that legwork, all that
Yeah.
groundwork, so just, since we're gonna be, we will be requesting the RFPs for this, I guess that's the groundwork you're gonna be doing, is identifying those boxes and how many of those can be painted, so we know how many submissions we can work towards with the upcoming RFQ that you put out, or said that would be coming soon.
For the RFQ, that's, yeah, we're still pending on the which is another point that we're gonna go over
Okay.
a little bit later.
Okay, thank you. Anything else under the contest submissions and overview? Item number 7, staff reports and updates. Biannual report, July 2025 to December 2025. Number 7, the last item on the first page. And then we're gonna look at, I assume she's got the biannual report.
oh, here.
So attached, you all have the biannual report. I don't know if you wanna go, through it. It has all the stuff that, the city secretary is requiring for us to submit to, the mayor and city council. And it has, you know, the vacancies, current members, the contact information, attendance records, agendas, and the approved minutes. So that was already sent over, to city secretary from July's meeting to December's, meeting.
Mato sent a text.
I think he was just looking for the thing, but he got it.
Oh, thank you.
Is there any other discussion on the biannual report? Does anybody have any questions on it, I guess?
Who are we still missing?
It
We're
just says
missing
it there.
Ruben and Vanessa.
And, Ricardo Marquez.
Oh, yeah. How can we get them to appoint someone?
So it would be up to them to, you know, decide if they want to appoint someone. I've already made recommendations to them, and sent over the recommendations to their administrative assistants. I've also, you know, gave the contact information to the actual people that we're recommending to them. So it's up to the council person at this point for them to meet with them, discuss, you know, any considerations that they have, and then from there they would put them on the agenda for them to, swear them in at the upcoming city council meeting.
So are they not required to have a representative on this commission? City council members?
So it's up to them if they want to appoint someone to it. We highly suggest that they do, because, you know, we wanna have the representative of that for all districts in Laredo. So, it's honestly up to the council person at this point for them to appoint someone.
Do we know if that's mandatory, like they have to appoint someone, or is it optional?
We don't know
That's
that.
what we're,
It's
yeah.
in the ordinance that they have to appoint someone, but
They are required.
it's a matter of them doing.
Oh,
They
okay,
can
so there's an
check
ordinance.
that, yeah.
But is there any recourse for this when you're talking about council members who for over a year haven't appointed anyone? I mean, we're going on a year and a half. Is there anything in the ordinance that allows for, you know, us
Someone
or-
else to appoint?
or another city council member to step in and do that? Like, at what point don't they forfeit their ability to appoint someone if they've pretty much forfeited by not doing it? You know, because I've seen these same names for over a year, you know, for well over a year. And I think at this point, it doesn't impact our quorum because we just work based on the full positions, right? We're not looking
Yes.
at quorum with the
Yeah,
empty
we
vacant positions.
discussed, with city secretary to assure that, you know, if there were members that were not being appointed, that it's based off of the total number that we already have appointed,
Great.
rather
Okay,
than,
okay.
you know, the 9
I
members.
mean, we would
that
love to
was-
have more people. I mean,
Right.
I think that would be the best thing, is that everybody have a representation on this committee. And
And I will mention that the issue of the appointments is not only an issue with this committee. In other committees, they have the same issue where council members don't appoint. And there's no reason why they are not appointing someone. It's the easiest thing they could do. They already get recommendations on who to appoint, and they just don't do it. And I believe that, city secretary we should modify something so it's mandatory that after several months, this committee needs to be filled, with someone, you know, and, but anyways.
I mean, I think it's in their best interest. We've had some pretty, involved conversations about certain districts and things happening, and they don't even have representation on our commission. And it would seem to me that, moving forward, if there is a district or a council person that feels strongly about something, moving forward with the project, with the Commission on Fine Arts or the public art projects, that they would have at the minimum representation on this commission, so that they could be a part of the conversation and understand what the process is and how we move forward. So I
mean,
guess
it's really all about beautifying the city of Laredo. We have a plan, that the city paid for, and we're here to do our jobs, and we would really like more participation. That's like the best thing I could even imagine.
was that it on the biannual report, Vanessa? Yes. Phase 2 of the fiscal year 26 annual public art plan,
Okay,
the
so,
RFQ posting for artists and contractors.
yes, so I'm still in the process of working with the purchasing department to finalize the RFQs. I did do a post recently. There's been a lot of feedback and a lot of artists that are interested, which is really good. That I'm also emailed the purchasing department our directory of artists. So we have over 170 artists, because once the RFQ opens up, city staff is not allowed to have direct communication with those artists anymore, to make sure that everything's impartial. So I already provided them with that email list, and I can still post, but I would suggest that once we do have it up, that you also would, promote to the artists that you know around the city. And then I'm gonna be working with our our public information officer, to make sure that we roll out all the information, in the papers. We'll have the social media. We'll also have it within the news and then on the website as well, so we can get, maximum impact of artists to apply for the actual RFQs. And what is it? So over a certain amount of projects, so depending on, for instance, the contracts for the mini gallery posts, if it's over $100,000 that they quote us, we will have to go back to council for them to approve that specific contractor to fabricate the miniature galleries.
At our last meeting, we talked about providing one more training opportunity for artists that may not have, for whatever reasons, gotten wind of this project, because I know that it does help count towards their evaluation to participate in that workshop. Did you schedule another workshop before we close all that up?
So that would be for the actual contests itself, that they would be getting the extra points.
Right.
For that.
Right.
That's-
Did that other training happen? Because we talked about, like, now that the program started rolling out, that maybe more artists kind of became aware, and you were gonna schedule another training to give any that hadn't participated an opportunity, one last opportunity.
From what we discussed, it was that we have the timeline, and the timeline that we had set forth was that we would do them during the summer.
Mhm.
For the workshops, we're still posting information as well, so that
Okay.
about the artists. I'm still getting a lot of artists contact me, and I'm directing them and giving them as much information as possible about the RFQs before they post, for them, and then from there, any questions that they would have, they'll just contact the purchasing, and then purchasing would contact me from there on.
Right, so that's great for that part, but as far as getting the points on their evaluation, if they didn't participate in the workshop, that window has closed for them?
Yeah, for
And we-
this year, and the way that other cities have it, they have it where it's like biannual. But we wanna have it where it's an annual
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
because we're barely rolling things
Right,
out.
right.
So
That's
for
fair.
the summer, which, you know, I gave you the timeline,
Mhm.
it would be that they would, you know, enroll during the summer, so I'll start promoting it as we get closer to summer.
Got it.
So those artists that weren't able to attend, that doesn't mean that they can't,
Mhm.
submit, it's just that, you know, they'll have to just contact me directly and I'll provide them the information.
Sure, sure. But that's good, that's fair, at least every
Yeah.
summer they'll have it, at least for now. As you
Yeah.
said, as we start this
Mhm.
project, get people used to taking
Yeah.
part in these things because it will help them in the long run if they're looking to apply. That
Yes.
sounds fair, that's good,
Yeah,
okay.
and then for the summer, it's not like we're just gonna be doing it for 1 month. This past summer, we gave them 3 months, so it was a good chance, like if they're off on vacation,
Yeah.
they came back, they still had some time, to register for the workshops.
Yeah, I think that's more than generous, so great.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. Was that the RFQ, was that what we just discussed, the RFQ posting for artists and contractors?
Yes, for the
Okay.
artists, yeah, the RFQ, and then the contractors that we might have to go back to council for that if it's, if they bid over the $100,000 thresholds that council,
So what does that really look like? Like, we would make the recommendation and then council would have to kind of like ratify that? Or does it have to go through a whole nother process from start to finish with the council?
No, it would be that, so for the RFQs, it's through the purchasing, and then from there, we would take the recommendations to council, and they would say, yes, you can move forward since it's over that threshold of $100,000. And then we can move on to them actually fabricating the mini galleries.
Okay. Evaluation on the selection panel committee?
Yes, so, with gathering all the submissions, we're already ready to get started with the actual evaluations. The evaluation panel, I'm already completing it and going through like the submissions that were through there. I'm gonna be contacting the potential evaluators, to see like what day and time they'll be able to come in, and go through, you know, the rubric, the confidentiality agreements, and the conflict of interest, and fill that out, and then go over the rubric of the projects. So, we have those 4 projects set aside, and those 150, different submissions that came in. So for that one, I'm hoping that we can work on doing that till probably next week, the following week, and then from there I can gather all the submissions and go through them, because each panel will have 5 evaluators. So it's gonna be a lot of work on my end of quantifying, putting down all of the information, and then from there gather the details of the selected artists for all the different contests and everything.
Who are the evaluators?
Or how many I was wondering how many evaluation submissions panelists did you?
So we have 5 per submission, or per project.
Right, but how many people applied to be panelists, evaluation panelists?
So, I don't have the specific number of the evaluators. We wanna keep it to be a blind evaluation where, it's not promoted, or we don't tell who is the specific evaluator, to make sure that there's like transparency and impartiality, where they're gonna have like independent evaluations, where they would be going over, the rubric, and from there, there's like a spreadsheet where they would go in there
Sure.
and put like the information, and we have them categorized as, you know, this artist is artist 1, 2, 3, all the way up
Right.
to 113, I think, because there was 113
I think what I was
artists.
asking, not on the specifics, because I think most of us have taken part on these evaluations in the past, but how many panelists did you have submit to, or how many people did you have submit to become panelists? Is it more than 20? Is it the same 5 that'll be moving through each one, or how many people submitted to become panelists
So
for the
we're
evaluation?
still pending, certain departments, because we also reached out to the departments as well, because I don't know if you remember from our last meeting that we discussed that, for instance, like the library, murals, we're gonna ask that a library staff member comes in to, you know,
Would be one of the
represent.
panelists.
Yeah, so we're in contact already with the different departments to see if they can also, put a representative, because it can be, you know, something that one panelist that's like an art teacher has, a view, but then someone that actually works at that department has like a different perspective
Right.
of things.
So we had a deadline of December 31st, so I'm assuming you've extended that, and that's why we still don't have a total, or we're still
So
allowing
for that
other
one, it's for
people?
the staff, because the staff was also out and all of that, and then everyone took vacation because it's the holidays. So, and then there was other unexpected things that also came up. So, for that, it's specifically with the staff that we're pending on, but for the actual evaluators, we should be good with the amount that we do have, which is, like I said, 5. We're expecting to have 5 per, project broken down. And we do have representatives of the commission as well. So the commission, has multiple people that submitted that will be representing these projects.
So it's safe to say there's at least a minimum of 20 if you're gonna have 5 for each project, and we have 4 projects on the table right now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Item 8, discussion, communication with appointing officials.
So that was the discussion item where if, a commission member had discussions with their appointed officials to let us know, so going forward, we can put any information or projects that they had for the upcoming annual plan.
I think that is something that, I did speak with my, council president when I represent District 3, Melissa Cigarroa, and that was my question regarding the murals, because I think there's some concern about these big murals being completed in not all districts. I think we were really working to make sure that projects were kind of rolled out throughout the city in a very even way. And her question was, what would she need to do in order to be able to get some murals in District 3, since we don't have a library in District 3?
And if we go back to the annual plan, I gave some cushion for the ground hopscotch murals where we would be able to allocate some for those other districts that didn't have specific, what's it called? Like, I know that there was also some where there wasn't utility, like the full amount of utility cabinets, so we do have cushion within the projects where we can add one of the other projects to that district. So it would be if they wanna put another, miniature gallery post, or a ground hopscotch mural, or what was the other one that we had?
So there's not really any recourse to have a large scale mural in a district if you don't have a library right now.
Right, as of right now, that was what we had for if they didn't have a specific amount that didn't align with what was approved.
A specific amount, what?
So, since there isn't, you know, like the 5 libraries, or for instance, the utility cabinets, that there wasn't, 4 per districts that were considered city property, it would be that you would substitute for another project.
What about just having, murals on someone's large wall that were easily visible?
And who is this?
I'm just saying.
Like a
because-
city wall, that's like a city.
Like,
That has to be a
maybe
city.
like, some person's wall,
They don't let us do it on private property.
but,
Yeah, so specifically to use the public art fund, it has to be on city property.
okay, so we're only talking about the public art fund.
Mhm.
But if
Yeah.
somebody wants to paint a mural and they have the funds on someone's wall, that's okay.
I believe that they would have to probably go through planning and zoning,
No.
because they do have certain things available for
I believe
the
that was
public.
taken off of there. No, it was taken off of the sign department, sorry.
The signage, what is it?
It was at one time, it's old news. At one time, if you were painting a mural, you supposedly were under the sign department and you had to get a permit and pay. And we already eliminated that years ago. A group of us got together and we were able to take that off of there. But I'm just saying, I'm not talking about funds, I'm just saying that I guess people could paint murals in any district on a wall if they get permission from the owner. And maybe it could be in a very visible place.
So something similar to like the TERS division that they have?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would probably be, like, if it's gonna be funded, cause I know that they have like the specific, boundaries where the TERS actually, you know, is able to do the projects. But it would be something between the actual, property owner and the artist. for
Yeah,
them to
that's
come
what
up
I
with
was
something.
thinking, cause I know that has happened in the past, so. Yeah, cause not every district has a water tower or some big huge thing that shows that everybody can see. Of course there is, well, anyway, never mind.
Anything else under communication with appointing officials, Vanessa?
No, unless anyone has had discussions with their appointed.
Updates or information on upcoming arts and culture events? Is this our public part, like where we just gonna
Yeah,
plug whatever
yeah.
we? So, I guess I can say that the Laredo Center for the Arts will be hosting the Birds of the Brush, exhibit in February, no, I forgot the exact date.
It's not on coming up then.
No,
right?
it's, I don't think
It's a different date, yeah.
Yeah, it's a different date from Caminarte, I'm sorry, I don't have that in front of me. But that's coming up.
They've been
And then-
advertising it a lot. so.
Yeah, and, I guess Jorge will talk to the cultural district upcoming events, I know there's quite a few over there as well.
Yes, I just want to make a comment on the public art limitations or restrictions recently put in place by the governor. There is fear, I've read in some forums, that it might extend and go beyond streets and crosswalks and things like that. And there's a fear that it might go into murals and go into other public art that you can see. So it's just a comment, I'm not expecting a response, it's just the fear that it might extend and happen soon in anything that's visible that goes against the ideology of the governor. In other news, on Laredo Cultural District, we have to leave because we have a movie showing right now at 7:30 p.m. at Casa Ortiz. Next week we have an interesting event called Pláticas on Thursday. It's a roundtable discussion about pretty much anything and everything, except politics and religion. So I'm trying to get people together to have a conversation. And a plática, you know, like we had when we were kids sitting around the table with our uncles and aunts and mothers and fathers, you know, and just so trying to get away from digital devices and talk. So this is happening next Thursday at Casa Ortiz, and for Caminarte we have a lot of things going on. Casa Ortiz is having 3 exhibits. Bianca Peña, Emma Jo Robledo, and an artist that's, we have a loan exhibit from Conaculta and ICA, which is the National Center for the Arts, and the State Center for the Arts of Tamaulipas. We came into this agreement with the government of Mexico to share exhibits with Casa Ortiz, and this is our first exhibit, so we're very excited about it. And we started an agreement with Bethany House. They're going to open a new space for Bethany right across the Center for the Arts. And next week we have an art class for some of the homeless population. They're going to take 15 people that are in need of a home, that are residents of Bethany, are going to take an art class, and the project of this art class is going to be exhibited during Caminarte on February. So, and the exhibit is going to take place across from Center for the Arts in that new place from Bethany. So we're very happy to have this collaboration with Bethany House. We're starting with melt, all melt, this first class. for March, we're gonna do families. There's whole families that live at Bethany. And then we're gonna focus on women and then children, et cetera, hopefully for about 5 or 6 months. Very happy about this, so lots of things going on, and that's it.
Do you have dates? Can we
I
have
just
some
want-
dates? I'm sorry, can we have some dates, Jorge? Dates?
Yes, for Caminarte, it's everything happening on Caminarte.
Right.
February is the 6th, from 6 to 10, both at the Bethany location and at Casa Ortiz, where we have the 3 exhibits.
Okay.
And at Bethany, we have the homeless, well, we're still pending how we're gonna call it, because we shouldn't call it that. But we're still pending on the name. Next week on Thursday, we have the Pláticas at Casa Ortiz at 7 p.m. Today, movie and many more things going on hopefully. So very excited about all of this.
So there's,
I just wanted to congratulate Jorge on the great work he's doing at the cultural district. And to, we at Watersland very much appreciate the support that the cultural district has provided. Next week sometime, I'm very tempted to put up the video that established the cultural district, because I think there's still a lot of people who weren't aware of, the pitch that was made to the state. And then on another matter, because Jorge mentioned the governor's actions, I want you all to note that in San Antonio, the city painted over some sidewalks that were colored in rainbow. And they're having a controversy right now in San Antonio addressing the issue of why that was done and the manner in which it was done too. So it's out there on the web, and I think we need to be able to read about that in case at some point somebody pressures our city officials to address murals that they may not agree with.
well, they made us paint over the no border wall. That came from the
Yeah.
governor.
Unfortunately, the if you don't do it, the amount of resources that are taken from the city is so large
Yeah.
that you just have to comply. You have to comply with the state, because if not, all of this millions and millions and millions of dollars are going to be taken from the city.
Right.
So there's really not much that we can do other than speak out. I mean, speak about it, speak that we don't like it, and that's pretty much it. I just want to mention quickly, I was named Director of Operations of the Laredo Cultural District, and I'm very excited about it. Anything that I can help all of you, I'm always willing and open. And Armando, thank you so much. Very happy to have Watersland at Casa Ortiz, and hopefully we can make it bigger. I know, Gail, we have a project of Leonard Cohen Night.
Yes,
of
I
Excited
suggested Leonard Cohen night, and I spoke to Miss B, and she loved it, and so hopefully it would be poetry by Leonard Cohen, or maybe about Leonard Cohen, who is an amazing poet and songwriter. And I also am contacting a singer who can sing his famous Hallelujah song. This woman has an exceptional voice, so yeah, that I'm really excited about that.
Amen.
I got my dates in order from the center, sorry guys. So just to remind everybody that our Sarah Fox exhibit that's up closes on January 23rd, and if you haven't gone by to check it out, I highly encourage you to go check it out. It's really beautiful. February 5th is Birds of the Brush, so it'll be the Thursday before Caminarte, and that's always a fun time to come see what the community puts together. So the award ceremony will be February 5th at the Laredo Center for the Arts. And also to promote Third Space, which every Thursday from 6 to 9 at the Laredo Center for the Arts, we have an event that's free and open to the public, and we encourage creatives from all different disciplines to come in and share your ideas, thoughts, anything, come together. It's just a space for you all to, for creatives to get together, so, those are my commercials for the center.
And that was every Thursday, just?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yes, thank you, and thank you,
Thank you,
Jorge, you
Melissa.
are doing amazing, yeah, all of you guys. Okay, so, are there any other comments or concerns or questions, or can I have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
A second?
Second,
Thank you.
second.
All those in
By
favor?
my vote.
I.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned at
Thank
6:20
you.
p.m.
Thank
you
you, everyone.
guys. Thank
Bye.
you, bye-bye.